anyway. Just cleansing so far with the Naturally Radiant glycolic acid pads, cleanses and brightens. So they're quite good. So we're doing the Natasha Denona Mini Rose palette today. Apologies having to come off there. I just couldn't stay on the live, but I was coming back straight back on. There will be this weekend, sorry, following. So Monday will be the, gosh, I'm so actually working then too. So Wednesday is going to be the, next Wednesday is going to be the longer form content, concealer and highlight, because that's going to be hot contour and highlight, because that's going to be when things start to kind of slow down and work wise, which means I can kind of get back on track with the longer form content. So we haven't done anything yet in terms of creams or serums. I am going to put on my eye cream too. So if you're looking for a really good eye cream, this is the caffeine eye cream from the Inky List, and the Inky List are not particularly expensive, but they're very good at what they do in terms of the ingredients they put in their creams. So this helps to reduce the appearance of tired eyes, and it's obviously caffeine. Anything with caffeine is going to be really good for your eyes, because it's really going to kind of help it stay awake and look awake, basically. Particularly if you do feel tired, and your kind of your eyes kind of have that effect. So for example, you can see that I do kind of suffer in general from those kind of lines just under here, and kind of more of a color, sort of a color blue, and you can get them depending on, so I've had them since I was little. So but it's good for that kind of thing. I'm definitely breaking out, as you can see, so I'm going to be getting some pimple patches in the next coming days. So what we're going to do is, I was looking for my vitamin C serum, but I may have come to the end of it. Let's just have a quick check here. Yeah, so what we're going to do is go straight, just going to spray the face, just to spritz it a little bit. This is just the vitamin E hydrating mist, and I use it on my brushes too. It's really nice. I'm going to go in now with the Nourishing Gel Moisturizer. Again, it's from Superdrug, and it is the detoxifying infused with vitamin C. I'm just getting a notification. Sorry guys, just got a notification there. That's absolutely fine. But do let me know when you're on. So this is the Superdrugs Detoxify Your Skin Infused with Vitamin C. And it's like a gel, a water gel. That's what it looks like. So before we do anything, we're going to start to kind of moisturize the skin. If you're new to my lives, my name is Kira. I do makeup tutorials. And outside of YouTube, I work with as a support worker with autistic young adults and Down syndrome adults as well. So you can see it just gives that instant kind of, it does say a gel, but it certainly makes you shiny, but it's not kind of an oily shine. So this is in Superdrug. It's their own. It's got jojoba and vitamin C extract. It's kind of that gel formula, but it's really hydrating for the skin. Really hydrating. And then when you add in the caffeine eye cream, from the Inky List, it's a really good combination to do before any makeup. Just prep your skin is really important. So just doing a little bit more in the dry areas. Definitely coming out with kind of some sort of breakout. It might be the sun as well, guys. It's just kind of broken me out slightly. But do let me know when you're on. Okay, so we're going to go in with that caffeine eye cream. As I said, the Inky List are a really good brand because they're not high end, but the actual ingredients, they really put thought into what they put into their creams. So yes, it's a kind of lower end, but actually the Inky List moisturizers, you know, under eye creams, cleansers, they're really good. And this is a 30 ml, and it just helps reduce tired eyes. So we're going to pop that on now. And it's like a clear, it's a kind of a white formula. I'll just show you what it looks like. That's what it looks like. You don't need a lot. But it's really good. Anything for caffeine under the eyes is really good. So we're just going to pop that under. Today's foundation is going to be Makeup Revolution's Skin Silk. They come in 20 different shades, guys, so you definitely find your shade. I'll show it to you now. So basically going with one finger, guys, underneath, like upward motions. So I'm not going to hurt the skin or kind of drag the skin in any way. And then anything else, I just kind of dab like that. So I'm going to show you the foundation. So Revolution are a really good brand as well. They've been coming out with really good products. So if I just show you, where is it? Here. So it's called the Skin Silk Foundation. This is what it looks like. It comes in 20 shades. Mine is an F5, so it doesn't come in like porcelain beige, medium brown. It just has numbers. So I'm F5. And I tested this in the store with me. I tested it basically myself. It's got a pump as well, so you're not going to kind of waste too much product. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put on our primer first. And the primer that I'm using is, I'm going to say that now, and don't tell me I haven't brought it with me. I prepared for this live hours ago. Okay, we're going to pop on the foundation because the primer I was going to use is the e.l.f. Putty Primer, but I've left it downstairs in my makeup case. So we're going to go ahead just with, yes, we're going to go ahead with this. We're going to go ahead with the Skin Silk, basically. I'm going to check my notifications for comments, because I can see you guys are, I can see the love hearts, but let me know. You comment when you're on there, guys, because we had an issue the other day with people being on. Okay, Stargirl, hi, thank you for that, because we had an issue the other day. People were on, and it's only because somebody knew me personally, they were able to message and say they couldn't comment for whatever reason. So it's on, it's fine. Thank you, Stargirl. So we're going to go ahead. What I would have used is the e.l.f. Putty Primer, which I'm doing really well with, guys. So I really like that because it's such a thick primer. It really does help things stay in. So this is what F5 looks like, guys. So again, they don't have, and thank you, Stargirl, for the comment. It's made me relax a bit because we had issues the other day with comments. But yeah, this is what it looks like. So F5, you would think it's quite pale, but actually, guys, it's more medium. So I'm not a very pale. I'm more like light to medium tone skin. So they go up to, goes all the way up to F20. So you'll certainly find your color. And I'm just going to pop that. Some people put their brush right in there, but I'm just going to pop it around the skin with my fingers. And we're going to then use the foundation brush. So thank you, Stargirl. Have you been here before? Have you been on one of my lives before? But do say hello, guys, when you're here. I'm always happy to talk to new people. I've been doing live since February, so I've had my channel quite a while, but I was requested by some of my subscribers would I go live, and so I've been doing that since February, so not very long. So this is the Real Techniques foundation brush. My channel is, you know, primarily makeup, but lately I've been doing kind of mental health videos as well, so they've been requested and we've been doing quite well with those. So what I'm going to do is just pop this around. Now I know I have a kind of a breakout there, guys, so I'm going to do that last. I'm not going to put too much product on it, but you can see, guys, it's a really, really good shade match for me, color match. So today we're going to go in with the Natasha Denona Mini Rose palette. So she does obviously the bigger palettes, but the one that we're going to use is right here. I'm going to show you. This is what it looks like. So it's just her kind of, you've got those medium pinks and browns in there. So we're going to do that. So I'm just going to, so you can see, guys, it's a really good color match. I'm not going to go into that breakout until the very end because we don't want to, as I said before, put too much product on it. And you can see this has just balanced out the redness. It hasn't really made my skin look a different color, but it's definitely balanced out and color corrected the skin. I would say, guys, this is 8.5 in the UK, so I'm not going to put on SPF, but it's a sun protection factor. But if I was to do this during the day, I would certainly put on sun protection underneath my makeup. So we're going to start to focus now here, guys, because I don't want to put too much on an area that's starting to have a breakout. So what I do with this is I'm super gentle and I go in again one more time. This is literally just happened today, so of course, and I still have some on my, so what we're going to do is I'm actually going to apply it around the area, not directly on it, and then the brush is just going to gently, as you can see there, gently, and we're going to go super gentle with that. And then when we do the concealer, we'll do the same thing and the powder, and then that way it won't have gotten too much on it. So it doesn't look completely covered, but it will. But do let me know when you're on, guys. I'm always happy to chat to new people and to the regulars too. So Stargirl, it was nice to say hello to you. So you can see, guys, it's kind of fading, and that's what we're going to do, because you might be thinking, okay, it's not completely covered, but we're going to go in with concealer as well. So, and then we're going to go in with setting powder. So it is, I'm just not putting too much of one product on, because when you have a blemish or anything like that, the last thing you want is a lot of product on it, because it's just it can possibly spread and things like that. So what we're going to do is go in with concealer, and the concealer is going to be the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer. And I'm doing really well on this too. But this is a really good concealer, guys. It's a nice, the normal one they do is kind of the black, which is just for dry skin or normal skin. But the hydrating one is if you have very, very dry skin. It's great. So I don't use a lot of this, guys. I use the smallest amount. This is going to be a summery look, guys, so I don't want the makeup to look, in summer, I don't want to look too heavy with makeup. In general, I don't really want to look too heavy. So I tried to kind of minimize the foundation. If I can get away with a skin tint, I will. But you kind of want to work with what you have. So that's all I'm going to do, guys. And you can see I haven't even done it in the area, because we are going to go around that area with a sponge. So now with the concealer, I always use a sponge the majority of time. So what we're going to do is spray that, but do let me know when you're on. I'm going to spray that with just the vitamin E hydrating mist. We're going to just, and we're going to start to just where we popped it, really gentle. There's always a piece of hair that doesn't want to stay up. Really gentle, not gonna, you can see, guys, how much I put out, which is so small, but look at what we're getting. So you definitely get value for money with this, because I put the smallest amount on, and look at the coverage I'm getting. And also, guys, if you do not need, I get a lot of questions, do you need eyeshadow primer? And I have found in the past, if I don't have any eyeshadow primer, concealer is just as good. It's amazing. So use concealer if you don't have any eyeshadow primer. You don't need it. Concealer will do the job. Okay, so you can see the difference there, guys. And look how much we put on, but look at the kind of after effect. So we're not putting a whole lot of makeup on. We're just trying to literally conceal maybe any tired areas, but we're not, and then we're bringing it down, guys. So bring it down the face too, because you don't want it to look. So if I kind of step back, it just looks a bit more kind of, I look a little bit more fresh, basically. Now, what we're going to do is the same thing here, and then we're going to work with our breakout here as well. So same again, really lightly, guys, super gentle with the eyes. So if you're a regular, you know that I like Jurassic Park since I was like 10, literally. I think I was about 9 or 10, 8 maybe when it came out, and the first one. But the new one in the UK, so the newest Jurassic Park, basically in the UK, came out today, and so you could pre-order it. So I didn't get to go to the cinema to see it, but you can pre-order it when it comes like literally out of the cinema, and you can see it on your TV. And so I did that. So I got a notification to say that it's going to be there tonight. So before I came on, I just checked, and I've got it. I can't remember what it's called, but the newest Jurassic Park basically is now it downloaded onto my set. So I'm going to wait till there's a couple of us to see it, because I'm tempted to watch it tonight, but I think that we're going to wait for a couple of people to come around to see it. So I think everybody, we were saying that the other night, everybody has, in my last live, we were talking about it. What's the one movie or series that you absolutely love? And that's just for me, has always been one since I was a kid. I'm never gonna. So guys, as you can see, guys, it might look like I'm putting a lot on, but I'm only kind of putting on what we had there and kind of making sure it's blended. So we're not putting on too much, and that's why I'm doing over here really gentle, because this is where the breakout is. So we're being super careful. But yeah, everybody has a series, don't they? I think I was talking about yesterday, I was talking about Manifest. So if you've seen that, it's not new at all, guys. It's still on, it's still going on. But basically, it's about a plane, and these people all get on a plane and they all go, they think they're going home, but actually the plane never arrives. And then when they do land, people are so surprised, because it's like 6 years ahead of time. And you've probably seen it, it's called Manifest, but I'm catching up with that. I'm sort of like looking at that at the minute in between work. Okay, so you can see we've calmed it down, and the whole way through, guys, I haven't put on a whole lot of product here, because I know it's not a good idea when you have a breakout to kind of Yes, wear makeup, absolutely, but put too much of one product in that area because it's just going to build up. It's going to kind of, it's not going to be a good look. So what we're going to do now is go in with some pressed powder, and this is the Collections, and it's just their set and finish. And then what I do on under eyes is I use a pink powder, and I'll show you what that is now. So this is the Revolution, and it's their baking powder, but it's the rose one. So you can get banana, you can get banana light. This is rose. Do let me know when you can comment, because I do have a feeling sometimes, guys, that we've had issues before where people have been on and I've gotten messages saying I'm trying to comment, but I'm glad Stargirl was able to comment. But we have had those issues a couple of times. So this is basically Revolution's pink baking powder. Now, I only use it under the eyes. I have seen people on YouTube use it all over their face, which is fine. But I find the pink baking powder is perfect for under the eyes to set what you've done, basically. So I'm going to set my under eyes first. Let me just show you the triangle puff that I got with it. So I'm not sure if this is still being sold with it, but this is what came with it. It's just like a little triangle puff, and it's perfect for under the eyes. It's absolutely perfect. So that's what we're going to do with that. Do comment to let me know, guys, if you're on, because thank you to Stargirl a couple of minutes ago, but I have been having issues. If you're a regular subscriber, you'll know with halfway through or midway through the videos, people can't comment. So do let me know when you're on. So basically, you just put it out into the little lid. You can warm it up on your skin if you want to. I've seen people warm it up, but I tend to put it straight on. So this is what it's the Revolution baking powder. It is for all over the face, but I like it just under the eyes. So what I'm going to do, and I'll just show you, it literally is the perfect size, guys, and the perfect shape for under the eyes. Now, it might look like a lot, but as I blend that, guys, and buff it out, you'll see how quickly, and because it's pink, guys, it's going to really look natural on your skin. I know straight away, but can you see, guys, even here, how it's starting to calm down and just kind of mattify everything? So if you see the difference there, guys, it's literally just a setting powder for under your eyes. That's what we're doing there. Okay, and you can see, guys, just as I haven't gone very, rough with that at all, but you can see literally the difference it makes is huge. So I'm just going to do that. And then we're going to do the same on the other side, but can you see the difference, guys? And it's not too much the whole way through, guys. I haven't been putting on a lot of makeup, and that's the kind of whole point of it, is to just kind of try and increase what you already have, basically. So that's what it looks like. We're going to go on the other side now. I used to do freelancing a long time ago. I haven't done freelancing in a long time, but I used to always separately set under eyes and separately set the rest of the skin. And I used to use these triangle puffs because any shaped face, they will get under that eye area. So it's a really, really good thing to have. And if you don't have this one, you can get them on Amazon. You can, they're not very hard to get hold of. And again, that's what it looks like. And we're just going to go. There's a mirror just by the camera, so that's why it's quite good to look here. But do let me know, guys. Do comment when you're on. And that's it. And then anything that's left, guys, I just kind of put in the T-zone, because we are going to set the rest of the face just with some, and this is where that's going to be really good for this area, because we're going to set the rest of the face with just our normal setting powder. Okay. So this is it. This is the Collections Pressed Powder Base. Low-key, girl, my husband cheated on me with my mum. I found out yesterday. What should I do? Whoa, okay. I wasn't expecting that. Sorry. Oh my goodness. My husband cheated on me with my mum. Wow. I don't know if anybody else is here on the live. They can try to weigh in on that. That's really awful. I'm sorry to hear that. That's quite so basically all I've done, guys, is this is the DJS Beauty, and it's the Big Bertha brush, and it's probably the biggest brush I have, but it's great for powder. And can you see what I've done there, guys? I haven't got, but can you see how it's faded? But we haven't put a lot of product on, and that's what I wanted, because I want the breakout to heal, but I don't want to have a lot of product on it. I don't know what you should do, Loki. That's it's quite sad. So how did you find out? Okay, so we've just done our base, guys, and I haven't done anything kind of too heavy on purpose because I want the look to be really summery, fresh, kind of. I don't want it to look too much. So that's kind of the setting done. Now we're going to go in with the bronze. The bronzer is going to be Drunk Elephant. And the great thing about the Drunk Elephant drops, guys, is that if you've put powder like I have, putting these bronze liquid drops they don't affect powder, which is amazing. A lot of these bronzing drops, you have to do all of your cream base first, but with the Drunk Elephant ones, you don't. They don't interact with anything, so that's what I like. But yeah, Loki, how did you find out about that? That must be awful. Did that happen today? So what we're going to do is, this is Drunk Elephant, and it's their, the anti-pollution sunshine drops. And it's part of my Shop My Stash. I'm trying to kind of, because I've got so many bronzing drops from e.l.f. and from W7 and things like that, Revolution, I'm trying to kind of rotate them so that I don't, everybody, I'll just say, guys, because I know I see a lot of people on YouTube do bronzing drops very differently. So for me, what I do is I pop it on the product on my hand so it warms up. Some people put their brush in and they start going around their face. For me, I just use my finger and I place it. I just place it where the sun would naturally hit somebody's face, which is kind of the contour area, which is kind of this area, and the cheekbone area, and that's kind of as much as I do. Like that, guys. And that's it. I don't go too heavy, and I feel like this helps things control. It controls things a little bit better. So now I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques contour brush. I need a bigger desk here, guys. My God, look at all the things. If you saw my desk right now. Okay, and then we're going to have some water because it is hot. I'm going to spray it, actually. If I can spray this brush, if I have enough of that spray left. This is going to have to be a repurchase. This is the Vitamin E Hydrating Mist, and I use it on myself, but I also use it on my brushes because it's really soft and it's really good kind of just to cleanse your brushes while you're using them. So Loki, you haven't come back. What are you thinking of doing? Because that sounds really stressful. Because as you can see, I'm going upwards, if you're wondering why. Because if you put something here on your face that may even look like a contour. Hi, Kayak, how are you? How was school? Good to see you. So anything, guys, that has a bronze or a contour, it's glad that you're good. School was good. That's good. Anything that's a contour or a bronze, we don't put beyond here because you're going to drag your face down. If you put it here, it's going to bring your face in and kind of change the shape and be very kind of, it's going to complement your face. If you bring it down too far, it's actually going to drag or make the look of your skin drag a bit more. So I'm so glad that you had a good day at school. How's your cat? And then I do the same here, guys. So it literally looks like you've just been out in the sun. Nothing too kind of overdone. So I live in Oxford in the UK. I'm originally from Ireland, but I found out that Sephora, for people in the UK, Sephora is in America. It's like a makeup. I'm sure if you're American watching this, you'll know that what I'm talking about when I say Sephora. But there's Sephora, it has only ever been accessible for people in the UK primarily online. And I say that because I saw something in the Oxford Mail that Sephora is actually going to be building a store in Oxford, which is huge for people that love makeup and skincare. So I don't think it's going to be until January next year, but there's a Sephora actually being built in Oxford, which for anybody who loves makeup and is in the UK and is around Oxford, I think there is a couple of Sephoras in the UK, not many, but primarily anyone in the UK that wants something that's on Sephora, you would always have to pay for like shipping and things like that. But it's actually being built in the UK. Thank you for the love hearts. It's being built in it's going to be open in January, which I know sounds like forever away, but it's not going to be too long. So if any makeup enthusiasts that are close to Oxford, Sephora will be in the Westgate, which is like a big shopping mall in Oxford as of January 2026, which is sounds so long away, but it probably isn't that far. So guys, as you can see, I think because of the heat, you can see a little bit of product has kind of stuck here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back in with that sponge and we're just going to So you had a good day in school. That's really good. I'm glad to hear that. We're just kind of bouncing that off so that it doesn't look too sort of patchy, basically. Okay, so that's kind of the bronze so far. What we're going to do is lock that bronze in now because we've done our bronzing drop. So this is Drunk Elephant. This is their debronzing anti-pollution sunshine drops. But there's lots of dupes out there, guys. Makeup Revolution do them. Elf do them. I think any brand you can think of do the same thing. So you don't have to go out and get Drunk Elephant. So now what I'm going to go in and is I want to show you something, and this is from Alice Wet and Wild, and it's Alice in Wonderland, and it's the Tea Anyone. So it's the Alice in Wonderland edition of bronzer. So you got your highlight there. It's really big, guys. I have the blush version too, but I wanted to show you guys the bronzer today because you get 4 little sections. So let's have a look. Sorry, I was not talking. I was getting a soda. That's okay. I've got my water here. What kind of soda are you drinking? I've been in New York, and I used to live in New Jersey. I've been to New York in 2016. I really enjoyed it. So this is it, guys. So basically, it's a bronzer, but you can see down here, you get 2 highlights. So look at that. Amazing. So this is Wet n Wild. They had a whole Alice in Wonderland theme, and I'll just show you the packaging if you haven't seen it. This is Alice in Wonderland, and it's called Tea Anyone. And then her blushes are called Talk to the Flowers, which is kind of like, obviously, you know, kind of those peaches and plum colors. But look at this. So you have a really deep option here for bronzer. Now you could use a back for a contour, and then you've got your kind of really light brown here. But if you really want to kind of have a really nice look, swirl the brush in all the colors and you get a really nice look. But for today, I'm just going to go in with this medium brown. This one here. Kayak, it is Danish. The name is Fakes County. Okay, that sounds interesting. So I'm going to go back in with my contour brush, guys, because we're just going to go over everything we've done with the bronzing drops. And you can see all it's going to do is set everything for us. So what kind of flavor is that soda? If you were to say what kind of flavor it was. So now we're just going to go here and just kind of, all we're doing is kind of just setting the bronzer. There we go, guys. Sorry. Okay, so that's kind of what that looks like now. What we're going to do is go on to a blush that I wanted to show you. Oh, it's like Sprite. Yeah, I like Sprite. Lovely. This is She Glams, and I used it yesterday. It's the birthday cake blush from She Glam, and it smells amazing. It smells like candy, basically. Thank you for the love hearts. And again, it's something that can go over powder, so you don't have to worry if you set your face with powder. This doesn't disturb it at all. So what we're going to do is, and also I will swatch it for you. It's super pigmented. Look at that, guys. So we're actually going to use what I've put on my hands, the back of my hands on my skin, because that's how pigmented it is. If you have a look at that there, and it smells like candy. It's really nice. So basically, I'm just going to get finger here. So it looks like it's super strong. So you do get a lot out of it. And we're just going to start bringing that up the cheeks like that, slightly inwards and up, warming that to the skin. And then I'm going to use probably a sponge, and then I'm massaging that just slightly upwards. So you can see it kind of, if you do your blusher kind of up the cheekbone rather than right in a circle here, it's really going to complement your face, guys, because it's going to bring your face inwards, but it's also going to just show what a natural blush would look like. Because when you blush it, you know, you don't just blush here, you blush actually all the way up your face. But it also, this kind of blush is more complementary than putting blush right in the apples of your cheeks, because it's just going to make everything look a little bit more intense. As I turn there, you can see there is blusher, but it's not super kind of strong. And again, you can kind of, if I show you that, you can certainly see this is deeper. So if you wanted to build that coverage, you could definitely. but I'm going to kind of, I'm happy with that considering that the eyeshadow is going to be pink today. So I don't want anything to kind of overtake anything else. So what I'm going to do again, we're going upwards like that. So yes, so next week I'll be watching the Jurassic Park film. It's downloaded now, but I'm going to wait for a couple of people to be on to be here to watch it. So before I watch your live, I was hugging my mom because my mom's home is only 2 minutes away. Oh, you should be. It's really important to be with your mom, I think. Really important. That's not random. That's okay. I'm quite close to my mom too, so don't worry. That's not random. It's nice to be close to your mom. So your mom doesn't live far away from you then. So that's it, guys. That's kind of the base of everything. And what we're going to do to set this liquid blush is we're going to go in with a powder blush. Now, this is a very strong powder blush, really strong. This is from Primark. So if anybody is in the US or, you know, Europe and doesn't know what Primark is, this is a store that is kind of like Target in the UK. So it's called Primark, but they do clothes, they do homeware, but they also do makeup. And this is their blush in Sangria. And this is what this looks like here. Really, really strong. And I thought it would definitely suit the blush that we're using today. And we're going to go in with a blush brush. Hi Tassos, how are you? I'm okay. I've got an appointment on Wednesday with neurology just because of all the things that have been happening. So I actually have an appointment at a hospital on Wednesday after work to see kind of what's going on. So I'm hoping everything goes okay, or they find out at least what it could be. How have you been? How's work? Kayak, because I'm at my dad's today. Oh, nice. So your dad's in New Jersey and your mom's in New Jersey. That's nice. Again, I'm warming that up on the skin, guys. So you see I've put my brush in there, but can you see how strong that is, guys? If I show you, this is how strong it is. So you have to be so careful. Tassos, you have something neurological going on. Well, that's what they think, because remember when I was moving and I told you that I kind of cut my arm all the way down here and some of my leg. It was because like the sensation in my leg went completely and I was feeling dizzy, and a couple of other things like dizziness was happening kind of quite on and off, and then I fell, and then I fell again. And so they just want to check out, I think it's an MRI, they want to check out that kind of side of things because they're a bit worried it could be something completely different kind of. So hopefully we do find out what it is. Wow, so does your cat live with your mom or your dad, Kayak, or do you kind of bring it? You said you had a cat last night. So yes, Tassos, that's kind of where that's at, hoping to kind of find out. It's a kind of like the MRI department, but you have kind of a consultation with a specialist beforehand, and you kind of go through what's been happening and things like that. So that's Wednesday. Wednesday at 11. Oh, thank you, Tassos. I appreciate it. It's been a while. I feel like when we talk, we're just like friends talking. Isn't that funny? Even though we don't talk a lot. Okay, so as you can see, that was super light, guys. Can you see how light that was and how strong it came off? So you do get a lot for your, you know, look, I mean, when we saw, I did a swatch for you, but I'll do it again. That's the strength you could get. So just be really careful, but it's beautiful. I like the more kind of deep pinks these days. So this is kind of, I hope you're okay. Thank you, Kayak. I just had a few dizzy spells, so they're just going to check in the hospital. You know, just I'm sure it'll be okay. But thank you for that. So that's kind of that's kind of the blush. Sorry if I sound a bit, I'm not sick at all. I think it's just hay fever. There's nothing kind of bad in that sense. It's just hay fever. So that's kind of the basics, guys. We are going to do the brows, and then we're going to set the face with some mist. Thank you, Kayak. I hope you're enjoying being with your dad today. Okay, so I did take out my brow pencil because I lost it last night and I found it today. Tassos, we have the same amount of intelligence, so we click. We do, don't we? We do click, I think. I've thought that a few times myself. So this is Revolution. This is Revolution. And it's their duo. So you've got your pen on one side and you've got your brush on the other for your brows. So with the brush, you can kind of brush your brows into place, and then with the pen, you can kind of just follow on with the color. So this is the brush. So what we're going to do is just brush those brows into place. So Kaya, how was your first day of school? You said it was good. Did you have all your subjects today? Okay, you said your last one, your favorite one was gym class. So let's see, can you see? So I can kind of brush it up out of place there, into place even. And now I'm going to use the pen. And this is kind of like a pen, like a crayon, but it's quite sturdy. It's not going to, I'll swatch it for you guys. So it's a medium brown. And we're just going to follow kind of where the hair naturally is. We're not going to put it where you don't have any, basically. Now, yes, you can see it's certainly strong, and I used this in the contour video when I was highlighting contour and my kind of face was coming in. It was quite dramatic, but actually, if you look at my hair, it is a good match. But I know it looks very kind of whoa when you first put it on, but you can see the color to my hair is actually an exact match. And if you find, guys, that you've done something similar and you want to calm it down slightly, just use the brush again. So go back in with the brush, back in with that brush, and that will just calm it all down for you. But it is a medium brown color, so you'll see that. My mom and dad 1 week. I am at my mom's home 1 week and I'm at my dad's. And you did have a good day. That's good. Tells us when my parents divorced, I spent every Monday at my dad's. Oh wow. Well, we all have something. My parents split up before I was born, so that was it can be different, can't it, when you go into school and you have all these other friends that are in different situations. It can be hard sometimes, but it can also be good because you might find somebody in school that's in the same situation and you become really good friends. So it can be good. So that's it, guys. I've brushed that out now as far as I want to. And we're going to do the same on the other side. Your teacher's bad. What happened with your teacher? So the brush is just going on to the next side. Do you have one teacher or do you have different teachers per subject? In my school, for every subject I had a different teacher. So it was, it can be good in some ways, and then other times it can be stressful. So all I'm doing, guys, is brushing that into place like that. Okay. Just like that, guys, just to make sure that it's in the right direction before we put on any color. Well, your eyes are beautiful. Thank you, Gazelle. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Different teachers. Okay, same as me. So like for English, I might have a different teacher, and then art class, everybody had the same teacher for gym, but everyone, for gym class. But yeah, I was the same as you. So sometimes that's a good thing, because if there's one teacher that you're not very, you can go to another teacher maybe and possibly able to talk to them. That's what I meant. Maybe you could talk to them. So how come your teacher's bad? What did she do? Or he? So this is just going to go the same way. Tassos, you know what? I'm rewatching Goosebumps episodes on YouTube and feeling this. Oh my God, I haven't seen that in years. I remember Goosebumps. Wow. I used to watch that all the time. Definitely nostalgia. So again, guys, I am just literally following where the hair actually is. I don't go anywhere else, because if you do put this where it isn't, if you go out into like any kind of rain or even any oils, it will start to come away and look really unnatural, and you don't want that. So we're going to follow that through. And then I'm going to take some water because I remembered it today. Okay. All right, so we're going to brush that through. So it does look stronger. That's where we're going to go in with the brush. And then I'm going to take a drink and catch up with those comments. But Goosebumps, I remember that. Yeah. Something I used to watch with my grandmother was she loved Unsolved Mysteries. We watched that all the time, and like I had to kind of get into it, and then I got it Unsolved Mysteries. I can't remember the presenter, but it could be like one day it could be like a missing person, the next day it could be like something random. Like it was always so random, and I think the presenter on it, he's a very famous American person. I don't know, but yeah, she loved Unsolved Mysteries, so we used to always have to watch that. I remember that. Okay. The teacher is bad because she was like, Kaya, take a deep breath, but I just don't like speaking Dutch. Oh, okay. She was, were you having a Dutch lesson? What is Goosebumps? It's like a series from years ago that it's for children or young people. And it's just a bit of nostalgia. Yeah, type it on YouTube and you can find out, Kaya. You'll like it if you like horror. Yeah, I remember as a child watching it. Yeah. But Kaya, it depends, Kaya, what you like, what kind of things you like. What do you watch, Kaya, outside of this? What's your kind of interests? So I'm going to brush that one more time, guys. Then I'm going to take a drink. How many times have I said that and I haven't taken a drink? Okay. Okay, so we've just kind of made those brows. I haven't put it anywhere it shouldn't be, but it's kind of, you can certainly see it's kind of just giving them a little bit more life. So what I'm going to do, take a drink. So was it in a Dutch lesson, Kaya, that you were told to quieten? What did they say? Keep calm? I'll just check that. Take a deep breath. Okay, she said take a deep breath. Okay. Yeah, if it's scary, it depends what you like. I mean, I remember being a kid. I didn't watch it too much, but I remember watching with my friends and pretending not to be scared because they didn't look scared, but I was scared at that time. But yeah, I mean, there's lots of things. There's lots of things you can. My friends loved it. So yeah, I would watch it, but secretly be panicking. But I kind of liked more the comedy side of things, I think, or the drama. But I always remember on Sunday nights, Unsolved Mysteries would be on, and my gran would want to watch it. So that's what we did. So we've kind of set the face apart from the eyeshadow and mascara. So what I'm going to do, and if you're a regular viewer, you'll know that I always set twice. So I set the base, and the base for me is things like foundation, concealer, bronze, blush, that kind of thing. But I think if I looked back at what I watched when I was a kid, what I watched now, that would be so nostalgic. I mean, if you were on my live yesterday, you saw that I wore my t-shirt 80s Kid, and like Rainbow Bright was on there, and Sesame, all these little characters were on. But it's in the wash at the minute. So my grandma's house was spooky. No, but she was quite spiritual. I never met my grandfather because he died before I was born, but she would speak to him every day, like full-on conversations. And I was so used to it. I grew up just, for me it was just normal. But she was very spiritual. She absolutely kind of had that side to her. But yeah, she's really good with kids. She was really, really good with kids too. But yeah, I never met him before, and she would be having, like, we would be doing things, or she'd be cooking or kind of doing things around the house, and she would be talking to him just like as she was having a normal conversation. So they obviously had a good marriage. But yeah, I never met him, unfortunately. Saw pictures obviously and things like that, but yeah. So yeah, she was quite a spiritual person, so that's probably why she liked all these things. But her house, it's not that it was spooky, but she certainly believed in stuff like that, and obviously for me, as you know, Tassos, moving out of the house I did move out of, it's nothing's happened, but it still is on my mind because I know there's new people there now. I was told by the estate agents that there's new people there, and it's not something you can tell people, is it? So I'm just going to spray. This is the e.l.f. Dewy Setting Spray. Okay, so you can see it is dewy. So if you're wondering, okay, she's gone super shiny, All this is dewy setting spray. So dewy means that you have like a shine to your face, but not kind of oily. And mattifying means that it'll just make your skin look drier. You know, so this is kind of a normal in terms of if you like dewy kind of setting sprays. But Kaya, what do you like? What kind of things do you watch, Kaya? Kaya, sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. People always mispronounce my name here too. My name is Kira, and it's a C, like Ciara, but people will see it and say Ciara over here, or Cara is another thing that I'm called a lot of the time. At home in Ireland, everybody, it's a very, very common name for girls, Kira, and Kieran for a boy. But when I'm here, people, it's either, you know, Kyra, Kara. It's never Kira. So I'm sorry if I pronounce your name. For me, I think it's Kaya, but let me know if I'm saying that wrong. Tassos, that sounds like a proper Irish ghost story. Oh, she had tons of them. No disrespect to your family. No, that's not. I grew up with her, kind of, you know, she obviously had a belief in that. And as her granddaughter, I kind of grew up around that. So it's not disrespect at all. Everyone has their kind of own. And I was never somebody that kind of would have ever thought of stuff like that until I had that house. But yeah, I was kind of, maybe that's why I wasn't so scared when these things happened. But I was very happy other people were in the house when certain things happened, like the steps and things. So I knew I wasn't crazy and, you know, these things were happening. But yes, thankfully, we're absolutely fine here so far. But no, my grandmother was very spiritual. And funnily enough, not very, she was Catholic, but not practicing Catholic, but the spiritual side to her was definitely there. Absolutely. Okay, so that's kind of the setting all done. But for your age group, Kaya, what do you watch? So this is the Natasha Denona Mini Rose Palette, and it's gorgeous for summer, and that's why I wanted to choose it tonight. If I show you, look at those colors, so pretty. So you got your kind of shimmer and your kind of two shimmers here. I'm not going to use this brown, I don't think, but we'll certainly go in with these colors. A little bit bright and kind of positive. But living in the other house definitely kind of woke me up to that there is definitely, you know, none of us know absolutely everything that happens in life. And the really funny thing is, it never actually scared me, which is what probably should have done, but it didn't. It probably did unnerve me slightly, but as time went on, and maybe because there were so many gaps in between, it didn't scare me, and I don't know why. And I'm not a type of person that thinks about these things, so it probably should have given me more of a scare, but it didn't really. So I don't know if that's a good thing or something that should be comforting to me. I don't know. But okay, so we're going to go on with primer for the eye. Okay, now I did say in the beginning, if you don't have eye primer, that's absolutely fine. Just use your concealer. It does the exact same thing. But this is Profusion Pigment Base. It comes in skin color and it comes in white. And I like the white because you can see where you're going with the color. Oh my God, Kaya, you watched The Rookie. Oh, I'm sorry, but I love that. You must get it. We're in the UK and we only got season 9 and we're waiting for season 10. Oh my God, I love The Rookie. Whoa. Okay, sorry. I just had it's one of my favorite shows. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know you guys are on season 10, I think, aren't you? We won't get season 10 until next year, I think, unfortunately. We've just wrapped up season 9. But it's one of my favorite programs. And Dance Moms, yeah, I haven't watched the one since who won Big Brother? That she was on Big Brother, and she won the UK version. She was on it. I haven't seen Total Drama. I've heard of it though. But The Rookie, guys, go out and watch it. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So we're just gonna pop this on, guys. It's one of the most interesting series I found is The Rookie. So that's that. But yeah, I had a bit of an overreaction there, didn't I? I love The Rookie. I really do. I just think it's amazing. And the actors are really good, and it's quite realistic as well. So this is what it looks like, guys. And I know what you're thinking. It's super bright, but actually it will warm up to the skin quite quickly, and it will calm down. But the thing with the white pigment base for the eyes is you're going to see where you're putting that eyeshadow. So it's going to really help you focus. But yeah, and K-pop Demon Hunters. I've never heard of that. Never heard of that one. So I'm going to just dab it on the eye, each side. You can see how bright that is. I don't think we'll need any more. And then I'm just going to use a clean finger. I say clean, I've got a load of eyeshadow swatches on my fingers. But yeah, my grandmother was very spiritual, but the interesting thing was she was Catholic, but she wasn't super religious. But she definitely kind of on the spiritual side of things. Sorry if you can hear the traffic there, guys. It's just quite warm, so I've got my window open. On the spiritual side of things, she definitely had kind of a belief in that, and she would speak to my grandfather a lot. So and total drama. What? I only have 5 seasons. Are you in New Jersey? We have season 9, but I'm catching up on Disney because we don't have. I think it's on HBO where you are, Rookie, isn't it? We have it on Disney because in the UK we don't have HBO. I think that's where you have it. But we catch up on like Disney Plus. That's how we do it over here. But I'm nearly there was like 8 seasons. But I follow is it Jennifer Love Hewitt? I follow her, and she put up on her Instagram, and she had like her chair, and it had Rookie, and it had her character name, and then it had season 9. And we've only gotten, so definitely check it out, Kaya, because you there's like 9 seasons, and they're on season 10 at the minute. So definitely have a look. There's been some character changes, just so you know. I won't drop any bombs, but there's been some character changes. Oh, you're Denmark. Okay, so you may. No, I'm thinking of there's a user name similar to yours. So Denmark, you would be with us then. Do you have Disney Plus? If you have Disney Plus, go into it, and you will see there's like season all the way to season 8 and season 9. Okay, so you can see it does calm down after a while, but it is super bright. But I like the fact that it's bright because you can see where the you watch it on Netflix. Okay, it is on Netflix too, but I know Disney Plus and Paramount, which are different apps that you can have on your channel. They may just maybe they get the series ahead of time. I don't know, but I'm sure Netflix will kind of get the next season quite soon. But it's very good. I think you've lots to look forward to. It's a very good show. Okay, so that's as much as I'm going to do, and I'm going to have some water. Okay, so I'm just going to take some water, guys. Okay. Tassos, sorry, I've just seen that. So I assume your grandfather was answering back to her from beyond. Possibly. She was always talking to him, and obviously talking back. So I think to her, they were. I've never had that kind of interaction before with something, rather than something kind of interacting with me. As we know, I've never had that kind of moment where I've interacted with anything. But she was very much would talk to him, and yeah. So I presume for her, yes, there was conversations, but that was from when I was very young. So um and she was just very open to things like that. You know, she was very, for her age and for her generation, it was surprising because she wasn't very judgmental. You know, whereas a lot of people would have been. So like one of my cousins had a lot of things going on, and even me when I was younger, due to kind of my mum and dad not kind of being around, and she was very just very nice, very warm person. But yeah, she was super spiritual, and I always remember when I was young, and I remember asking my mum when I was about 10 who she's speaking to, and like my mum would say, oh, that she's speaking to your grandfather. So I kind of got used to it quite quickly. But yeah, I think she thought she was talking back to my grandfather. Whether she was, obviously she believes that. She was super spiritual, but I guess we all have our own beliefs, don't we? So if it's on Netflix, Kaya, and you have series 5, you must be getting series 6 soon. Maybe Netflix are still like in the middle of kind of discussing who gets it and that kind of thing. So this is it. We're going to go in with this color here. Now let's have a look. They are all named. So this is Golden Rose right here. Even though it kind of doesn't look, it literally says Golden Rose on the back, but to me something like that should be called Golden Rose, but we're not going to go there. This is what it looks like. But I have come across friends, Tassos, that really do believe in things like that and take it quite seriously. And there's even now in London, there is a degree, I'm not kidding, there's a degree in spiritual side of things and studies. You can get a degree in it. So it's obviously, you know, taken its own form. Um, yeah, Kaya, I think that could be it because I know sometimes they need licensing and things like that. But you've got lots to look forward to. You've got lots to look for. Are you finished season 5? Are you still on season 5? Because if you're still on, um, oh, bye, Tessos. Good to speak to you. Um, if you're still on season 5, it may be that, you know, when you're, it's still being, it's still in talks, maybe. So this is it. This is the kind of medium pink tone we're going to cut the crease with. By Tessos. And I'm just going to go slightly above my lid. I'm not going to go straight direct in the corner. And you can see my next live for people. Today is, we're Monday, so it'll be Wednesday at 8:30 UK time. And that's it, guys. You can see that you can, if you feel like something like that is too strong, get a clean buffing brush for your eyes. Bye, Tessos. It was nice to chat to you. Like this, just clean. And all we're going to do is fluff away any harsh lines. Like that. We're just going to fluff them away. And you can see, even though it's a strong color, there's no harshness or anything like that. And the primer is really going to keep it on, guys. It's really good. So we're going to do the same on the other side. Just a fluffy brush from, you're on season 2. Oh, you're fine then. If you're on season 2, you've got lots to catch up with. That's amazing. It's just one of those, I think it's just one of those shows that kind of keeps you on your toes, which is always good because you always want to come back and find out what's happening. Okay, so if you're wondering why I'm going above the crease, I have slightly hooded eyes. So because of that, I don't go right in the crease, because if I went right in my crease and then I kind of looked ahead, the color would disappear. So if you've got slightly hooded eyes or hooded eyes, go up a little bit further and kind of cut the crease that way. That way you're going to see everything. And you're not going to kind of waste the product. So we're just going to go here, and then I'm going to take another drink of water, but I am definitely glad that the weather has calmed down. And that's it, guys. It does say it is golden rose, but to me, this is the color, and it literally says it on the back, golden rose. To me, something like this, or this kind of, that kind of name is what I would feel like it should be called. But we're just going to go back in one more time, and then I'm going to go in with a clean blending brush, and we're going to just buff it all out. Now we're going to go into the inner corners with a really nice shimmery color here. So all I'm going to do is buff this out. All the harsh lines are gone. But Kaya, do you have any holidays or a break from school? Or are you back from summer now? Did you already have your summer break from school? And then what I'm going to do is just use my sponge and just going to go underneath on each side, just to kind of clean up any edges that I need to. And then the other side here. So what we're going to do now, as you can see that there, we're just going to go in and just clean up any edges here. It's good to find a series that you're interested in, though, because Manifest to me has been quite interesting, but I know it's not very new. I think it's been out for 3 years maybe. So I'm just cleaning up the edges here, guys, before we go in with a very nice shimmer. So this is what we're going to go in with, and this is called Opart, and this is the Natasha Denona Mini Rose Palette. And that's what that looks like. And we're just going to go in the inner corners, and you have that. And you can see how it just kind of makes everything pop. and that's what it looks like. And it even makes, if you see these both sides, it makes my eye look a bit bigger as well. Okay, you're back at school. You haven't said it wrong. I know you're, no, you haven't said it wrong. I was wondering if you'd had a holiday before you went back, or if you were going on holiday, but no, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so that's kind of the bright, I think brighter in the inner corners of the eye is more complementary. It doesn't kind of drag the kind of the eye down in any way. So what we're going to do now is go on to the outer V. Um, so have you seen was it good to see your friends, Kaya, when you went back, or did you see them over the summer? Okay, I'm just going to take, before we go in again, I'm just going to take a drink of water, because it's, I need to get my water intake. Okay. So what we're going to do is go on the outer V now. And the outer V is the last part of your eye. Some people go in and they go back over with a very dark color. I'm going to kind of do the opposite of that, because I kind of want to make it look a little bit more fresh. And I'm going to go in with this color. And this is Andy. This is called Andy. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And all we're doing is catching the edge there, and it's nice beautiful pink there, if you can see. So it almost kind of makes the eye a little bit brighter. And that's kind of what you're looking at there. You're looking at a very nice pink, not over the top eye look. But look at that color there, guys. It's beautiful. So you've used a kind of variation of different pinks. And this is why I like this palette. I think Natasha Denona is really good. And that's what the eyeshadow palette is. It's Natasha Denona, the mini rose palette. She's really good at kind of getting colors in the right palette. Sometimes you can get colors, eyeshadow palettes, whether it's high end or low end, and the color stories don't really make sense. I find that Natasha Denona has really good sense and in how she kind of puts her looks together. So you could certainly go in with this kind of cool tone brown and make it super smoky. But for me, I think I'd rather just get that mascara on and kind of have it nice and bright. But you could certainly go in, and I'll swatch it for you. This is how deep the brown is. You could go in with that, but I think this is really nice. It's kind of nice summery look, and then you can pop on your mascara and do it that way. Again, you do not need, I will say, you don't need an eyeshadow primer as such, but it is good to have one. If you don't have one, just use your concealer. You'll be absolutely fine. So what we're going to do now is go in with mascara. And the mascara is going to be Rihanna, and it's the Fenty Beauty, and it's their Hella Thick, Hella Black mascara. And my eyelash curler has decided to break on me today, which was a bit of a pain, but we're going to go straight in with mascara. I would usually kind of curl my lashes, but it decided to break today, so that was good. So I need a new one anyway. But I'm glad you caught up with your friends, Kaya, because it's nice after the summer to kind of catch up after everything, isn't it? Particularly if you haven't seen them in the summer, it's nice to kind of catch up. Okay, so this is what it looks like. This is Rihanna's Fenty Beauty line, her makeup line, and it is called Hella Thick, Hella Black Mascara, and it also comes in brown. This is the black one. And I'm going to just go in with a smaller mirror and look down. I know it's super boring to watch somebody put mascara on. So that's kind of what you're looking at. You can see that's only one coat. So I don't really wear false lashes, guys. I know a lot of people do. I don't. So I'm always on the lookout for a really good waterproof mascara, basically. And this is really good. This is waterproof. And that's what you're looking at, guys. I think this is really good. Okay, so that's one eye done. I'm not going to go on the bottom lashes, but I'm going to go on the other side as well. So you can see the difference, guys. It's just brought those lashes up. Now you can imagine with a lash curler what that would have done. So lash curlers, I always say, do 50% of the work of a mascara, no matter how good the mascara is. Because especially if you don't have a lot of lashes or they're not particularly long, what a lash curler will do is they'll turn the lashes a certain way and they'll curl them for you. So they'll already look bigger than they actually are. So we're going to go in again this side. Again, a mirror very close up is really good because you get to see what you're doing. Okay. There will be photos in my post section and on my other social media after this as well. Okay, you can see, guys, how that's turning out. This was my first purchase, actually, of any of, I don't know if any of you guys have ever tried, I'm sure you have, Fenty Beauty. I do have one of her foundations that was gifted to me, but I don't think it's my colour. I tried it a couple of times and I don't think it was my shade. But maybe in the winter, when I'm a bit paler, it might work for me. So that's it, guys. That's kind of the look. You could certainly keep going and build up that mascara and get it a lot bigger and thicker. But I'm sure watching me put mascara on isn't the most interesting thing for people to watch. I think I've got a little bit on my nose, so we're going to have to fix that in a second. But this is kind of what it's looking like so far. We're going to go in with our lips now. Okay, so I think for mascara, that's kind of done. Be careful with the tube you get it because it actually doesn't have a flat side. So there's no way to kind of sit it down. So just be careful with that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just show you the lips here. So I've got a lip combination. And it is Makeup Revolution's version of Kylie Jenner lip kits. And this is in Queen. There's one in Brunch and one in Queen. And so we're going to be doing the one in Queen. I'm going to line the lips first. You get them as a set. You get a duo. So this is you kind of get a lip liqueur. And then I think they go really well with tonight's look as well. They're not too over the top. So we're just going to line the lips first. I always warm this up. So Revolution, you can, yeah, I can feel it needs to be warmed up a little bit. Okay. I always warm it up on the skin first. And then go on the lips. I think you can see that. So it's kind of like a skin kind of color, but it's really nice because it kind of just emphasizes the lips a little bit. I think this needs to be sharpened as well, I can tell. But if I show you guys, that's the color. Okay, so it's not too different to what I did before, but it definitely shows you kind of more of a brighter pink look. Okay, we're going to go in with that Queen lip liqueur, or gloss as they say. This is in Queen and it's from Revolution, so Revolution Beauty, and this is what it looks like. And you can certainly see the difference in the actual liquid version. And it doesn't dry you out in any way. Okay, so you can see, guys, it kind of doesn't take, even though they're both pink, it doesn't take away from anything. The blush isn't too strong, and that's what I wanted to make sure of when I set everything with liquid and powder, that nothing got kind of taken over. But these are kind of a dupe to the Kylie Jenner lip kits. I do have one of her lip kits, but it's more like, I think, in a mocha color. But yes, this is the final look, guys. There will be pictures up. Kaya, it's so good to speak to you, and I'm so glad that your first week back in school is you're doing well, and I hope you do continue to do really well. I hope you have a good evening as well after school, and you get some food and you get energized for the next day. My next live will be 8:30 UK time, and that's going to be on Wednesday, guys. It was really good to chat to you all. The photos will be in the post section in about 5 minutes time. Again, lovely to chat to you guys, and I will see you very soon.